Hello everyone, my name is Kelly Moran and I chose Italy for my international project. As y'all probably already know, here is the Italian flag with the green, the red, and the white colors I'm sure you've all seen. And here's where it's located on a map. Kind of looks like a boot structure, and that's it right there with the flag in the dark green colored in country. Okay, and here are kind of the basic information about Italy. Italian is the primary language spoken here, and the population is about 60 million. So when you compare it to America, it looks a lot smaller. And something I thought that was very interesting is it's actually mainly Christianity. And the other breaking down of the percentages would be 1% Muslim, 1% Islam, 2% unsure. So Christian faith definitely runs this country. And actually, only 25% of these 92% Christians actually attend church regularly. Here are some of their kind of communication and how they kind of handle each other when they first see each other. So if you are going to Italy and you're about to meet someone for the first time, be prepared for handshakes, which we're all used to, and air kiss. And basically, an air kiss is kind of exactly what it sounds like. You're doing an air kiss. So instead of actually kissing the person on the cheek, you're just pressing your cheek up to one another and doing the kissing sound. And on all the websites that I went to, it would say no contact necessary, but definitely all the people that you meet would rather have a real kiss than an air kiss. The Italian language, they fill it with very impressive vocabulary. So instead of saying a very, very simple sentence structure, they will fluff it up with very, very impressive vocab. So if you're going to visit Italy, you might want to brush up on your Italian words and how to say things the more correct and proper way. The hand gestures when talking in a conversation are very similar to America. They use their hands little or even to a lot when speaking. Hand gestures, they all kind of mean relatively the same thing. One thing, though, that they rely heavily on in Italy is eye contact. Eye contact is huge. So, boys, if you're meeting an Italian daughter's or Italian girl's father for the very first time, you better look them in the eye and not move your eyes away from them once. If you were to accidentally look away from a person during a conversation, it means that you cannot be trusted. In Italy, they look at whistling and winking as a compliment. So here in Auburn, if you're to walk down the street and a boy may whistle or wink, a girl may kind of scoff him and get annoyed and say, "What the heck? That was so rude." Like, what an animal. Well, in Italy, it's actually a huge compliment. Girls will be extremely flattered if someone walks by and whistles and winks and even says a pickup line. They love that. When you're walking next to people, walking around Italy, they walk very, very, very close, not necessarily hand in hand, but almost arm to arm. They'll kind of link up arms and stay very close. And that's even boys next to boys and girls next to girls, not just a couple walking. They could be strangers that just met for the first time going on a walk, and they will be arm in arm. Okay, and in the business world, here are some Italian facts. It is extremely, extremely, extremely formal. And their definition of formal is probably equivalent to our definition of your best attire. They are wearing very, very big name brand suits on a daily basis. And like I said earlier, their eye contact is huge. So if you're going in for an interview and you break the eye contact, that means you cannot be trusted. Italians are very, very slow decision makers. They may look good, but they don't always make the decisions at the best time. And in the work world, they use the hierarchy system, which could work really into your disadvantage. So if you are located, you could be an intern and you want to go talk to your boss, you have no association between the two of you. You need to find someone else to go talk to the boss for you because you are too low under him to even speak to him. What I do like about Italy is they treat their elderly like royalty. So if you're in a party and an old man and his wife walk through the doors, the host of the party will tend to their needs first. And of course, our most favorite part of Italy is their food. If you were going to a huge, we'll say like a dinner party or something, this is actually the order of how you would eat: soup, pasta, main dish, salad, cheese, dessert, fruit, espresso, and drinks. I know that is a lot, but the Italians love to eat. You are not to start a meal until the host says buon appetito. And some manner tips that they actually do. They keep the knife on the right side and the fork on the left. You are to keep those two utensils in your hands at all times until you are done. As soon as you set both down right back on the table, that means the waitress can take your food away and you are 100% done. 10% tip tends to be the norm, whereas here it tends to be 20%. And you put the most honorable person in the middle of the table. So if you're with an elderly person, they must sit in the middle of the table. Here's a funny little cartoon I saw. Little shark saying, "Yes, let's have some Italian for dinner." And you can see the Italian flag there twice. Okay, and here's some kind of fun little facts I learned while learning about the Italy culture. Those three right there, the ice cream cone, typewriter, and the eyeglasses, were actually all Italian inventions. Over 75% of Italy is mountainous or hilly. Italy is slightly larger than Arizona, and almost 20% of Italy's population is over 65. And the average is about one child per family. And they're my sources where I gathered all of this information. Thank y'all so much for listening. If you want to know more or have any questions, feel free to ask.